everybody, welcome back to Daily Easy English Expression, the video. Thank you very much for watching. Sometimes people ask, I tell people, today's expression, search for it on Google in Google News. And some people, I don't think, understand what that means. So here is a picture. So for example, a couple days ago we studied underhanded, and I told you guys go to the news and see how people use it, and you'll see over 19,000 articles from the news section, not the web, but the news section, over 19,000 articles using underhanded. Now be careful, underhanded has two meanings. One meaning would be like illegal or inappropriate, not nice, sneaky, deceptive, manipulative. That's one meaning. The other meaning is simply to throw underhanded. So in sports we throw overhand and sometimes we throw underhand. So there is that possible usage among the 19,000. Actually, on that picture, I think for sure one article referred to throwing underhanded, but most were referring to our usage of underhanded. So using Google News for these expressions is very useful, all right? Especially if it's a one word, it's easy to find. Now today's expression, another great expression you'll find in the news, a trade-off or the trade-off, okay? So we're using it as a noun, so it's trade-off. There's a dash between the two words, making it one word, a compound noun. So what is a trade-off? A trade-off is when you give something and you don't receive the equal amount back. But giving the thing is really good, or very important, or essential that you give it, even though you don't receive enough compensation. So let me give you an example. Let's say right now I live in Las Vegas and I want to move to New York City, okay? Now the problem is I own a home. I don't, I have no money. But let's say I have a home. I have a home in Las Vegas and I owe money. I have to pay $300,000 to the bank every month. I pay money. This is my mortgage. But I'm leaving. I'm moving to New York, okay? Now, here in Las Vegas, my salary is $150,000. But if I move to New York, my salary will be $200,000, much more. And the living expense will be about the same. But I need to sell my house. And right now, nobody's buying the house. But if I sell my house for $300,000, nobody will buy. If I sell my house for $250,000, then I can sell it. So actually, I'll be losing $50,000. But I'll be gaining $50,000 in salary. So this is a terrible situation. So if I move to New York, I'll be making more money, but the trade-off is I'll be losing money on my house. Now, after a couple of years, it's better for me, but right now, ooh, that's painful. That's painful. So every month to the bank, I'll have to spend money to pay off that $50,000, which will actually be more. So the trade-off is I'm making more money, but the trade-off is, the bad part is, the negative factor is, I'm losing money on the house. Also, the trade-off is, here I live in my own home, but in New York City, I'll have to live in an apartment, not my own home. And here I'm owning the home, but here I'm renting. So the trade-off is ownership, renting. There's a difference. Some people say renting is better, some people say owning is better. But anyway, there are many trade-offs. So the idea of a trade-off is the negative part. So doing something is going to be great and there are advantages, but what's the trade-off? There must be some things that are a little bit negative, right? Now, are you married? Are you happy? But what's the trade-off when you get married? Think about that. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's check out the dialogue.
So, if you work for us, we'll pay you a lot of money.
What's the trade-off?
You will have no time to spend it.
Dan... Yeah, that's a real situation. Sometimes you can get a job as, well, something like a banker or a doctor, where they pay you a lot of money, but you have to work a lot of hours. A lawyer is another example. So you earn a lot of money, but you have no time to spend it. Yeah. And most people, this is what they think. That's okay, I'll make lots of money now, and then 10 years later, I'll retire. But that never happens. What happens is you make a lot of money, then you get married, and then your husband or your wife spends the money. You buy a big house, you have a couple of nice cars, then you have children, you send them to a good school, you buy them nice clothes, they have hobbies and sports that you have to pay for, musical instruments, lessons, uniforms, equipment, college education, then you get divorced, very expensive, then you buy a vacation home, and it's a disease. It's big money is an addiction. It is. Yeah, but that's reality. That's the trade-off. If you make a lot of money, usually you have no time to enjoy that money, to do the exciting things you want to do. But maybe your husband or wife can. Yeah. And speaking of marriage, so marriage, do you like it? Sure, it's wonderful. You have somebody to talk to, you have somebody to keep you warm, you have somebody to encourage you, you have somebody to watch you, to help you develop, to be your partner for life. But what's the trade-off? There must be a trade-off. You're losing something. You're losing freedom to go dancing in the night. You're losing freedom to, I don't know, what is it? Is there a trade-off in your relationship? That's the message I want to know. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a marriage, I'm sure you're happy, I hope you're happy, but what's the trade-off? There must be something that you can't do anymore now that you are married. Leave that message down below. It could be just a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Doesn't have to be a marriage. What's the trade-off of being in a relationship? Share your experience with everybody. The trade-off. It's a great expression. Check out the dialogue 3 more times. And remember, everybody, you can listen and watch all of my videos, get all of my podcasts if you go to the website www.letsmasterenglish.com, and also join the classes, DDM and Perf. Join. Now's the time. Join. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
So, if you work for us, we'll pay you a lot of money.
What's the trade-off?
You will have no time to spend it.
Dan...
So, if you work for us, we'll pay you a lot of money.
What's the trade-off?
You will have no time to spend it.
Dan...
So, if you work for us, we'll pay you a lot of money.
What's the trade-off?
You will have no time to spend it.